What's up, you guys? So I'm sitting in traffic now, kind of regretting I came this route, but I think I might make a U-turn. But I'm on my way to take my PMHNP board exam, and actually I need to check my GPS because I'm at a standstill. Enough. I'm only like 4 minutes away from my house, so this is okay. It's moving now. So anyway, I'm on my way. The drive to the testing center is about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes depending on the traffic. It's kind of like the route I take to go to work, which is an hour and a half drive, but there's always so many traffic jams and whatever construction. So I did set my GPS for me to arrive 30 minutes early. It is now 10:05. I just wasted 5 minutes, which means I probably won't be able to stop at Starbucks. But if I can push it out, I'm gonna push it. So anyway, I feel like I've studied as much as I possibly can study for the psych boards, and I honestly used I'm in the Facebook group for Georgette Q, or Qui, I'm not sure how to say her name, so I did use some of her content, and I use Continuing Health Education Chi content. I found Chi to be very helpful. It's more aligned to how I think and how I study, and Chi has 2 mock exams, which I found to be very helpful. So I feel like Chi helped me out quite a bit. Of course, I had the intensive review with Chamberlain University. I did go back and flip through that book a little bit, and I think that book gets straight to the point. But if you weren't in intensive review and you don't have notes to add context to the content, that book is worthless. But maybe I should put it right now. But anyway, so I'm on my way there. I felt like my stomach was in complete knots. Y'all excuse me, I know I look like somebody's grandma, and I'm not somebody's grandma. But I just wanted to be very comfortable. I have on sweatpants and like slide-in shoes, because when I'm thinking a lot, like when I'm focusing, I like to take my shoes off. I do it at work. Don't tell nobody that, but I do it at work. I drive with no shoes on, and if I'm really, really thinking hard, focusing, I take my shoes off. So I have on socks, and I put on these shoes purposefully so when I'm sitting there at the desk, I can slide my feet out if I need to, because that's just my thing. It's my business. So hopefully I am successful on this exam. I pretty much have already claimed this board certification. I feel like it's just a matter of going to take this test, truly, honestly. And I'm glad to get it over with. My actual graduation day, my degree conferred, was September 2nd. And today is October 24th. So I really did not plan on waiting this long. There was so much that happened. I feel like, for example, Chamberlain did not get my verification of education application to sign and send back to ANCC. So I was waiting 4 weeks, all of September, thinking it's gonna happen, and it wasn't happening. Little did I know it wasn't happening. So when I did figure that out, what should have took about a few days, business days, took weeks for them to actually sign that VOE and send it to ANCC so I can get become eligible to take my exam. That process was completely infuriating, because initially I was told it would take 5 to 7 business days. It ended up taking almost 3 weeks, and the staff at Chamberlain was so disrespectful. They had a girl, I think she's working from home because of the background noise, and I felt like she was so disrespectful, and it annoyed me so bad. But anyway, as soon as I got eligibility, I scheduled my test. So today is Tuesday. I got my eligibility Thursday, and this was pretty much the fastest I could test because I wanted to just get it over with. And so it took a long time, and that's okay. It honestly gave me extra time to study. So even though I was annoyed, I felt like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's meant to be that I study more, because maybe there's things that I think I know, but I'm not sure about it truly. And honestly, I found that I was able to get some great studying in over the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks. So I'm ready. I think I'm ready. I'm gonna hang up, get off this. I'm saying hang up because I'm on the phone. I'm gonna get off of this recording, and I'm going to listen to some content that I don't feel 100% sure about, and I think I'm ready. I'll let you guys know either way what happens, and that's it. I'll let you guys know. Bye. Okay, so I just got back to the car, and that probably was the hardest exam I've ever taken in my life. I feel like I guessed on a ridiculous amount of that, and I know that my results are in my email, but I wanted to get to the car and get like my nerves under control before I look, because I do not feel like I passed. I hope I passed. I've heard that it's really hard, but most people pass, and we're gonna look at the same time. I ain't gonna lie, if I didn't pass, I'm gonna be sick as a fucking dog. I guess I have no signal. My heart is beating out of my chest. I don't know. I guess I have no signal. I'm just waiting. Just waiting for... Oh my God. Where's that at? Oh my God, I passed. Oh my God. Okay, I gotta call my husband. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Okay, guys, so that was 3 days ago. 3 days ago. And so let me tell you about the process. Before then, I talked about it a little bit in the first clip, but let me just go back. I'm gonna be honest with you. After taking the test, I felt like you only need 2 study resources. That's Georgette Queet and continuinghealtheducation.com. The purple book is like the gold standard for studying for psych. And it didn't speak to me. I read it, I highlighted pages, I did not read it page for page. I felt like I'm just not a reader like that. I did have it, the digital version of it, and I had it read to me on several occasions, but it just wasn't lively enough. It's not the same as somebody, interaction between students on a group, or somebody on a Zoom recording, or the handouts, like each resource gives you video handouts, groups on Facebook where you're interacting and people are asking questions that you have as well. So I felt like those two resources were awesome. I did have another resource that I didn't use, so I won't name that one. But absolutely, you don't need anything else other than, I wish I think her name is Tina for Chi, for continuinghealtheducation.com. So I don't feel like you need anything other than Georgia and Tina. That's it. Spend the money, pay for it. And if you can't spend the money, that's fine. Join the groups. A lot of content is in there. They give you links to the exact YouTube videos you need to watch. There were some similarities in those. Watch those videos multiple times. So since taking the test, I don't think it really hit me until I took my test Tuesday and Wednesday. I was at work, and I literally just started laughing and smiling and like feeling happy, like genuinely happy that I cannot believe I am done. I'd asked my husband about doing the PMHNP program years ago, like having this conversation. He was like, no. You remember what happened at the end of the Sixth Sense movie? He was like, nah, I'm not trying to have that happen to you, so no. And then I did the doctorate instead. My friend went into psych. We were talking about doing it together. So, and then last year I was like, F it. I'm gonna do it. I need to add this specialty on for business purposes and just for my own, just to be a well-rounded nurse practitioner. You know what I mean? Just to be able. I don't want to do anything with delivering babies, so that's not me. CRNA is not me. It's not my cup of tea. So I feel like having the FNP and psych was just everything that I needed to function properly when I'm working for somebody else and for myself. So it just really, and I feel like it also makes me a better mentor and preceptor. So it just worked out. It just all worked out. And I'm so happy it's over. A lot of people ask me like, are you done with school? Is there anything else you want to do? There's only one other thing I want to do. I've wanted to do since I was, 20 years old, and that's go to law school. I will not be going to law school because I think I have enough schooling at this age, and I don't want to take that time to go to school again. I just don't. I would love to be a lawyer, but it's just not going to happen in this lifetime. Maybe in the past lifetime, maybe it will happen in the future lifetime, but not this one, and that's okay. So as soon as I finished, the next day, I called the Florida Board of Nursing to ask, hey, how do I add this this certification onto my license? And they told me what to do. Send an email with this information, proof of your license. And I'm thinking, okay, I just passed the test yesterday, so I don't know if I have proof. But I logged into Nursing World, and ANCC had my certification right there the next day. I just downloaded it and uploaded it to the email for the Florida Board of Nursing and sent it over to them. So that was super quick and easy. And one thing, and I don't think I put this in another video, but one thing that I didn't realize is that when you have an APRN license, you have an APRN license. You're not gonna be applying for a new APRN license. You're just adding certifications on. You're just adding education when you do another board certification or whatnot. So it's easy. It takes like, a day or so for them to update your information on your license on the board website, which is public information, by the way. So it just takes a little bit of information for them to update. And so that was easy. And then since I had my actual certification, my certification from ANCC, I updated it. I think I updated everything. I updated my business websites. I updated my email salutation and all of that stuff. I updated my NPI. I added psych, that taxonomy, to my NPI. I updated my CAQH with that information. And I just updated as much as I can to have the PMH and PBC on there now. And I updated my resume, I updated my CV, because some jobs, some employers ask for a resume, some ask for a CV, so I updated all of that. And I started applying for jobs. So, although I do have my business, I do want to get solely psych experience, and psych is everywhere. I mean, you work with psych in primary care, you work with psych on a med surg floor, you work with psych in a nursing home, you work with psych everywhere. So it baffles me when people say, oh, you need psych nurse experience. I have psych. You're a nurse, you have psych experience. And getting this additional education for the post-grad certificate for psych, you just get more in-depth information. But you were already exposed to psych everywhere. Working in the ER and being on a solely psych unit in the ER is having psych experience. So I updated everything and submitted my information to as many resources that I could, as many jobs as I could. I looked on Indeed, I looked on LinkedIn, I looked on Career Builder, I looked in my local area to see if it was a way for me to just shoot an email with my resume over to their talent acquisition team and everywhere. I did get, today is Friday, I passed my test Tuesday, today's Friday. I did get an email back today. I have an interview next week. I don't know if that's going to be part-time or full-time. I'll just see what they're talking about. And I'm just going from there. So I cannot say yet, because I know some people have this question, like if you're FNP, is it worth it to be dual certified? Is it worth it to be a PMHNP? I don't know. I work with psych all the time. I prescribe for psych as an FNP all the time, but it's not the same. And I don't pretend that it's the same, but it's like scratching the surface. So I don't know what it's like to be solely working in psych, in a psychiatric mental health specialty. So I will have to answer that question later as to was it worth it. As of right now, I'm not sure. And the thing about it is, obviously, the top two highest paying jobs as a nurse practitioner is CRNA and psych. Easy, top two highest paid specialties. But you can't just focus on the pay. Like, the pay is going to be there. It comes with the territory. But how is, and not even work-life balance. Like, obviously, I want great work-life balance. But when I'm at work, how am I functioning? Do I wake up and feel like I just don't feel like going to work today? Well, I have that. A lot of days. And I'm not solely psych. I do feel like once I started the psych program, I was like, yes, this speaks to me. Like, I feel like I will love this. And it took me way back to when I was a CNA working for an agency, and I used to go to the psych facility in Tallahassee, and never knew that I would be board certified PMHNP. It's just crazy. So anyway, I'm hoping that the money's going to be there. I'm not worried about that. It's a high paying job field. But now I'm just hoping that I love it. I'm hoping that it is interesting, and I feel like it is. I'm pretty sure it is. And I know that from clinicals. I know that from life experiences working as an RN. And I feel like it's going to be worth it. I just feel like it's going to be okay. So I'm glad that is I don't want to say the hard word. I'm glad the preparation is done. And now it's just a matter of really fine-tuning my skills as a psychiatric mental health provider. Because although I have experience, it is not as in depth as it will be as a PMHNP. So I'm happy it's done, and it'll be a little time before, I do have mentees for FNP and adult Gero NP. I have mentees who are students, and I precept students, but I know it's going to be a time before I can offer that type of help to anybody. And especially as a nurse entrepreneur, I know that I won't be able to offer that specific psych NP help to anybody as a nurse entrepreneur, but it's coming. It's coming, because what I've noticed, and I know people who've been psych NPs for a long time are super pissed about this, but there are a lot of people who are going into psych for the money. There are a lot of FNPs that are going into psych and opening up their own businesses, and it's gonna be to a point that there are a surge in private practices for PMHNPs. It's already there, but not, I mean, it's going to be a surge. So I know there's going to be a need for mentorship for that. I'm not ready, but I will be. And I'm actually looking for a mentor myself for, just as a novice PMHNP. I don't pretend that I know everything there is to know already. So I am personally looking for a mentor. I believe in mentors. And hopefully one day I can be a mentor for psych. So anyway, I'm super excited. I have posted on a community page about passing. And now the real work begins. So they say, no, I don't think it's going to be crazy like work. I feel like it's going to be such a great experience for me. And I'm ready. I'm ready for this transition to solely psych. I'm ready for this transition back to my own practice, which is going to be initially on a part-time basis while I find another location. And that's another thing that I did, because I am a nurse entrepreneur. I did change my liability insurance to include my personal liability insurance to include psych, because I know I will be slowly growing my clientele for my business. So I did update my professional liability insurance for that. And I'm an autonomous family nurse practitioner, but the laws are tricky. If I'm working in primary care, which I own a primary care office or business because I closed my office, I can perform psychiatric mental health as a psychiatric mental health provider. But if I'm solely working psych, I need a collaborative physician. So to me, I feel like there's a crazy gray area. It's kind of like weird how the laws are written. I take things, especially laws, literally, but I just want to be on the safe side and find a collaborative physician. So while I slowly gain experience, I will be looking for a physician to be my collaborative, and I will be slowly growing my clientele until I get to a point that I feel safe enough to transition from full-time for somebody else to full-time for myself. And it's a process, and that's okay, because we are not trying to, Rome wasn't built in a day, and that's okay. When I tell people this, Rome was not built in a day, but it was built nevertheless. It happened. So, and that's the mentality that we have to have. So anyway, I just wanted to come back and share this with you, because I did create those initial videos the day that I was taking my test, and it's been such a roller coaster in the last several weeks that I wanted to come back and give you guys a smidgen of an update and just let you know that it's done. I'll answer any questions for you for FNP and PMHNP programs. Not really the job, because I haven't really been solely PMHNP yet, but I'll answer whatever questions. And I mean, as far as business goes, because I know a lot of people follow this page for the business side. Obviously, my primary care has a psych division. Obviously, I have already started legalizing that division. That my psych division obviously has a website, and yes, I will obviously be taking clients only for conditions that I'm used to treating as a FNP. But business side, I mean, I can answer some questions for psych, but because it's basically the same as everything else, it's just psych specialty. So but anyway, it's done, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.